Hello and welcome all. It's AIMBOT time, absolutely, and it's great to be here. I feel great. Um, yeah, I've got my coffee. I've got my internet. Um, yeah, so today the breaking news, as Big Bad Mama in the audience, love to see you as always, is talking about the Tangang new debate channel. Every new debate channel that comes out, I'm stoked. I love it. I think it's amazing. They did an amazing job, really good, and yeah, it's going to be really fun. Hello, monkey. How you doing? Yeah, so. Um, I love that. My first win under my belt. Victory is sweet. Yeah, your boy brought home the bacon. Brought it home. Hello, Natalie. Yes, esoteric means secret or invisible. Yes, that's correct. That's a joke. Yeah, that's the joke. But it's great to be here. It's great to see you all. I love it. The other news is sent to me by Atheist Junior is that yes, the Kent's been shut down. Oof, oh, it feels good. It feels good. It feels great. No, it feels fantastic. That bigoted, uh, aging, um complete tripe of a person is off of YouTube. Well, his main channel is off YouTube. He's still got his Dinosaur Adventureland where he can spew his hate, of course, but his main channel's been taken off. I've heard several things about it, just on the by the by. I've heard several things. I think that somebody's told me, and I don't know how true this is, but somebody did say it was because of bots, basically fake accounts inflating his numbers, essentially, which is kind of irritating that he hasn't been kicked off for hate speech, if that is true, because I don't know that 100%. But um, yeah, you did learn a new word, Nanalu. It's great to see you as well. I've got to uh yes, esoteric. It's a marvelous word. I love certain words. There's certain words I just adore. My favorite word in the English language is petrichor, and I'll type that out in chat actually because it's an important word. Um, it's an important word. It's kind of a scientific word. There's one for you, Nanalu. Petrichor. Petrichor. It means the smell after rain. You know that sort of earthy smell you get? That's petrichor, the smell after rain. How awesome is that? Yeah, you can have that one. That is yours now. You can use that. Try and fit it into a conversation somewhere. You know, get a load of that petrichor. Yeah. Petrichor? Hard ch. A hard ch. Look, Australians invented that word, all right? So don't tell me how to say it. Petrichor. How do you hard say it? Petrichor? Petrichor? Really? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, sir. Hang on a second. Let's find out. Let's find out together. All right, I'm wrong. All right, it's petrichor. Oh, that's stupid. All right, I hate the English language. I'm over it now. No, you're right. No, you're 100% right. I just did the pronunciation thing. You're 100% right. Okay, so I've been mispronouncing my favorite word, which is kind of embarrassing, but I'll live with it. Petrichor, apotheosis, apotheosis. It sounds like a pharaoh from Egypt, doesn't it? And the great pharaoh apotheosis. Look, Big Bang Manama, you're trouble. You're trouble. I know you're trouble. But anyway, and Beamsy says, when is Mark ever right? Um, yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, I just said I got it wrong, so I'm right then. Look, being wrong isn't a bad thing. It means you learn something new, right? Like being wrong is actually it's there's such a stigma about it, but I'm happy to be shown that I'm wrong because that's why how you learn the actual truth. Pat, I don't know where the hate's coming from. I don't, I don't. I love you, Pat, but wow, wow, yeah. Yeah, anyway, I've got my coffee. I'm really happy that Kent's channel has bit the dust. Like, I am actually really happy. I think that sort of every atheist doing debates Kent at some point. It's just what you cut your teeth on, because he's useless at it, and he's just one of those people. He's just and he'll debate anybody. But I can't debate that guy with the way that he is, and the hate that he's spewing. Yes, Beamsy, I'm aware. You have a DAL. He still has his Dinosaur Adventureland channel, which is unfortunate, but at least his main one has gone. You never debated Kent? Lucky, yeah, yeah. It's just Kent's. Oh, you're feeling ornery. That's a good word too. I thought I misread that wrong. I was like, yeah, we all get horny sometimes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Um, yeah, no, it depends. It's just the reason why he's good for new people to debate is because he's so damn predictable. Like, you know exactly what he's going to say ahead of time. He has no surprises, nothing like that. He's got, he'll come up with the exact same arguments he's been using for X amount of years. He is the most predictable man in the universe. So you can just sort of prepare for what he's going to say, because you already know what he's going to say. Beamsy has sent me a link to why the channel is gone. Why is the channel gone? Oh, he's blaming the Christians, not the atheists. Yeah, okay, so he's blaming Christians who are jealous. That's Yeah, I agree, Pat. I think that some people don't deserve a platform. But more than that, I mean, he's a domestic abuser. He's been convicted. He's appealing. It's just I don't want to be associated. Yeah, no shit. Like, seriously, of course his reason is a lie. He lies about everything. I mean, I was expecting, to be honest with you, I was expecting, oh, the government's trying to stop me from selling DVD 5 or whatever stupid reason he had. That's what I expected. But obviously he's blaming jealous Christians now. It's like, well, what? Like, okay, if that's what you got to believe, it's probably more to do with either the incredible hate speech, and Big Bad Mama just did a video on like part of his hate speech. Like, seriously, he was defending his bigotry with bigotry. Like, it's insane. He was basically saying that, oh, gays should be put to the death, but it's not up to me to decide. It's for the government to decide. But I still think it's like, seriously? And oh, I invited these gay people. I said it's fine to come to Dinosaur Adventureland, but you can't stay the night, which I think is reasonable. It's like, do you hear yourself right now? Like, you're basically being a bigoted, a bigoted asshole, and um, uh, yeah, I heard the same. Monkey for Banana. I did hear the same. I heard that he was upping his numbers with sock accounts, and so he got pinged for that. So, but yeah, it's either that or he's using hate speech. Oh, hello, Snake. It's good to see you, mate. Really good to see you. So one of the two has taken his channel down, and um, I I wish it was for hate speech. I wish that YouTube would actually do something about people. Well, let's face it, calling for the death of others on YouTube, but they don't seem to be doing anything, and that's up to them. But it's really weird to put in complaints about somebody and Matt Powell is the other one that sort of says these kind of things, and that seems to be fine. It's very, very strange to see, but at least he's down. Let's celebrate that. Full party poppers in the chat for Kent's channel being cut. And he sort of, like that video that Beamsy sent me, it's like, I'll send emails saying you like the channel and want it back. Dude, your followers are bots. They don't send emails for you, YouTube's not going to listen to a few emails. It's just not going to happen, mate. Like, just accept it. He's going to start up another channel. He'll just start up another channel. That's what they always do when these creationists get cut. They just start up another channel, call it something else, pretend like, oh, I didn't know anything about that other thing. And the wheel turns again, and we'll probably get that one shut down as well. But yeah, he's probably not happy. He said he can get his subs back to $4,000. What do you mean? Like, okay, all right. So he's just bragging about buying subs. Wow, that's a bold move, sir. But okay, sure. Anyway, we're here for a reason, and the reason is the season for Kent getting kicked. Well, that's one reason. The other reason is because we are aimbotting today, which is fantastic. And you know what? I was just while I sort of get set up here, I was really happy at that debate performance. I'd never debated James before. Obviously, we're kind of on the same side most of the time, kind of thing. But it was really good to debate somebody, and he was a challenge. It was challenging, but I still feel that I did really well. So it's good to know that I can hold up under the challenge, which is great. And I will be uploading it. I definitely will be uploading it. Usually they sort of said, yeah, you can upload this one straight away, but usually we have a 48-hour moratorium on it, which is fair enough. That's fair enough. They're a new channel. I wanted to help them out. So if you can't wait sort of another 24 hours or so, by all means, go over to the Tangang. It's called Ultimate Debate Championship. They're doing some fantastic stuff over there. I got to open on the opening debate with my good friend James W, which was fantastic. We will have more coming, but I will be uploading them as usual. So if you want to wait, see it on my channel. If you don't, it's over there already. It was a great time, and the topic was, should the death penalty be abolished? And I don't know how you feel about that. I'm very staunchly against the death penalty. Get bent, Kent. Yeah, no, I got that. I would get that. Yeah, absolutely. That would be a great t-shirt. Kent Novand. Kent the band gent. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. So if you've never been here before, what we're basically doing is we're basically doing some consensual moral judgments on people's situations. We're going to Am I the Asshole on Reddit, and we're deciding who is in the right and who is in the wrong, and then we're going to vote on it to see who is right, who is wrong, who is maybe nobody's wrong, maybe everybody's wrong, maybe everybody is terrible. And I've, just to give you a heads up, I haven't seen this before. I'm going in here blind. I mean, I'm usually blind. Let's face it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so that's hardly a new concept. But yeah, I'm going in here blind, and I'm going to just read these and see what you all think. I'm really interested in what you think. Yeah, and go and enjoy Oz and Jenna. Oz is good. Jenna is good. Jenna is amazing. Sorry, I'm sorry, Jenna. I'm sorry, you're amazing. I'm sorry. No, and do check out their new channel, because I've got a feeling that's going to take off, because it is so well done, really professional. Oz is great. They've got some good names behind them. I think with just a little more different viewpoints, like some more theists and some more sort of, alternative viewpoints and things, that's going to take off hot. So get in on the ground floor, subscribe to UDC, and get some real good debates. Of course, I won't be in all of them, but I will do my absolute best to take home that belt and cost Oz some postage to Australia. So support your boy in the Ultimate Debate Championship. Root for Mark Reid for champion. I'll try and get the belt as much as possible, and you'll see some great debates along the way. And look, if I win that belt, you better believe there's going to be a celebration. You better hold on to that groin, because there's going to be a massive celebration. Seriously, I'm not mucking around. But I want that belt. But everyone wants that belt, and everybody's really good. James was really good. So there are some contenders. I feel really happy about my performances lately. I think that I've been on a really good roll. I've been able to make some excellent arguments, some excellent stuff. I feel like I've sort of settled in. I feel like I feel like I'm doing really well, and I want to thank everybody for supporting me in this journey, and sort of encouraging me and saying, when you have that talk going, I'm terrible at this. People have said, no, you're being hard on yourself. So I want to thank everybody for that, because everybody's been amazing on my little journey through YouTube. But anyway, AIMBOT, am I morally bankrupt or them? Let's go. Am I the asshole for not paying my daughter's wedding when I said I would before? Look, financial circumstances do change. Let me zoom in for you, wonderful people. Just give me a sec. I will. That's about right. That's about right. Look, financial services situations change. That's hard on your daughter, but I don't think you're an asshole if there's extenuating circumstances. I, 56 male, used to say to my daughters, 30 female and 32 female, that I would pay for their wedding when the time came. A few things happened that made me change my mind, and now I'm being called an asshole. Well, I mean, what's the circumstance? Contact is king or queen or non-binary monarch of your choice. I don't. First off, I finally started dating my now wife, Claire, 34 female. Wow, you're old enough to be her father, dude. Wait, your daughters are 30 and 32, and your wife is 34. Well, that's a little awkward, like just a bit. What's that? You've got 22 years on her. Okay, well, I mean, sure, but you're literally old enough to be her father. And we decided to get married after 8 months together in 2022. This might seem soon, but we've known each other a long time. 8 months isn't that bad. I mean, if you're really committed under 8 months, then sure. I'm not one to judge. You're a bit older, but that's okay. All right. Both my daughters disapproved of my marriage and refused to come to my wedding because they had not met her. This was their choice because they disapproved of the age gap. All right. I mean, you can disapprove of the age gap. I get where you're coming from, but don't like avoid the wedding because of that. That's a bit much. And because I texted them that I was getting married 6 weeks before the date. They said they should have been the first to know. Uh, okay, it's a weird reason to avoid the wedding because you didn't get enough notice. 6 weeks is still a month and a half. I mean, yeah, no, I'm kind of with you, Big Bad Mama. I mean, look, it might be a little weird for the girls that their stepmother is like 2 years older than the oldest one. I get that that's a little weird. That's a little bit awkward, a little bit weird kind of thing. I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, if he's happy with her, so be it. Second of all, my daughter's fiance never asked for my blessing or anything like that. Where were you living? Medieval times? Like, don't your blessing. Get out of here, man. And I was told that my wife is not invited at the wedding, so we don't upset my ex-wife, their mum. That's not fair. That's not fair. Like, okay, I know it might be awkward, but you can't say to somebody, "Hey, come to the wedding. Don't bring your wife because your ex might be upset." You can't do that. That's yeah, Nanalu, I'm with you. Blessings are old fashioned. Um, is anyone else married here? I'm married. I didn't ask for a blessing. I told my wife's father that I was going to propose, but I told her mother, I told their family kind of thing, but I didn't ask for a blessing kind of thing. Um, that whole idea that you have to get a father's approval is kind of old fashioned. What are you going to do if he says no? You're going to marry them anyway. Like, it's not like it changes anything. It's not like the universe will stop the marriage if your dad doesn't give I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Both my daughters have been annoyed at me for marrying Claire, for not spending enough time with them at Christmas. They are in their 30s. They are not children. Okay, well, they can be annoyed at that without, you know, that's okay. You can be in your 30s and say, "Hey, I wish I spent more time with my dad. I'm annoyed that they don't spend enough time with us, and not seeing them on weekends, but they still expect me to pay for their wedding. I am not planning on giving them anything." Okay. Claire is on my side, but some of my family is calling me an asshole and saying I should do it. Am I the asshole? You know what? My first thought is, like, everybody's terrible. Like, seriously. Everybody's sort of terrible. Like, the husband is terrible for for um getting pissed off that they didn't ask for the blessing kind of thing. Um like, there's two layers of vindictiveness here. I get that he doesn't want to pay for the wedding, but it's more a vendetta than, look, this guy really needs to talk to his daughters and come to an agreement on his life and theirs. Like, they don't get to tell him to they don't get to tell him who to marry. They don't get to tell him who shows up at the wedding, if whether he's allowed to bring his wife to functions or not. um uh, you know he shouldn't be asking for their blessing on stuff. Yeah, I think they're worse, but yeah. Yeah, but I get what you're saying, Big Bang Mama. They can just get a cheap wedding or whatever. I get what you're saying, but I think it's more that childhood thing of, like, when your parents have promised you something over and over kind of thing, and then they don't follow through on it. It's sort of tied into that childhood idealism kind of thing, and I get that, but it just seems petty on both sides, to be honest with you. I mean, sure, I guess a better way would be to talk about it and stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay, little peeps. Let's get a poll going because we love polls. We love polls. Did I also tell you I'm the leading contestant for the Ultimate Debate Championships? Yeah, yeah. I'm in solidly in first place. Solid first place. In fact, I have more wins than everybody else put together. Did you know that? More wins at Ultimate Debate Championship than everybody else put together. Isn't that awesome? How do you spell nuptials? Anyone know how to spell nuptials? Anybody? Bueller? I thought it was TIALS. Yeah, I was right the first time. All right, my brain has turned off and is currently breaking down. I fear, I fear for the worst, my friends. I fear for the worst. No, yeah. Thanks, James. Thank you. Nuptials. Yeah, I'm not wrong, Jenna. I'm not wrong. Acknowledge it. I have more wins than everybody else at UDC put together. Absolutely. I mean, there's only been one debate, but it's true. It's technically true. You are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Let's see. What do the Redditors say on this one? Uh, did you ask Claire's father for her hand in marriage? Ooh, asking the real questions, Three Dogs. Asking the real questions. Adopting said, she's freaking 34. What is with these people? Okay, Redditors are. Okay. Why do you expect your yeah, none of your business. Yeah, yeah. You shouldn't expect for 30-year-olds to ask for your blessing. I mean, come on. Uh, you've known it a long time. First off, I finally started dating my now wife Claire. Finally started dating? Yeah, that's a bit suspicious. How old was she when you met her? Is my question. I'm hesitant to say it because it's your money. You choose how to spend it. You're such a gargantuan ass. Okay, Bailey the nerd has got some rectal surgery to do on this guy. I do know you're marrying the same age as your daughters. You've given them no time to adjust. Well, yeah, that's true. Welcome to the 21st century, my dude. Yeah, he's not wrong, or she's not wrong. Bailey could be either, but yeah, they're not wrong. For spending enough time with them at Christmas, they're in their 30s and not children. Bro, they are your daughters. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. They still get annoyed if you don't spend time with them. They're still your daughters. I wonder if you cheated on the. Oh, the plot thickens. Yeah, you could be right. You could be right, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. Be a damn man of your word. If you've told them throughout their lives you pay for weddings and they show genuine gripe, have you no integrity? Oh, okay. Well, I think that's getting a bit angry, Bailey, but it is a point. It definitely is a point. Um, okay. There's a lot of mail order bride jokes coming in here, which is Okay, so there's no reason to think. Well, I mean, yeah, they're in their 30s and 18 chumchul, just probably. I mean, if my parent married a woman the same age as me, it would be a bit weird. I gotta say, BBM. I gotta say, it would be a bit. I would need some. I'd need that time to sort of go, okay, what the hell? But and then go, well, it's it's yeah, so the chat's coming solidly down on the poster is the asshole here, which is interesting. I mean, I think everybody is. I think everybody's terrible in this story. Wow. Yeah, no, they're coming heavily down. Oh, that's terrible, Benty. I'm not reading that out. Yeah, no, they're absolutely. What do you guys think? What's probably gonna blame the daughters? Yeah, poster is not to blame. Yeah, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. I think everybody's awful. You seem to have a big problem with their age difference. You're not saying so. No, but I understand that some situations are a bit like I don't have a problem with it. Like I think that if you're in love with somebody and you find somebody, even if there's a massive age difference, no problem at all. It's just if I was their child, it would just be weird if they were my age kind of thing. That's all. I think that eventually I would sort of go, hey, well, if they love them, but um, you know, they're that's fine. It's just it would definitely be a bit awkward to meet your dad's wife and they're your age. I think you're kind of underestimating that, BBM. But I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. It's no problem at all. I mean, obviously it is if they're underage, then the age is definitely a problem. But no, I don't have a problem with it. Actually, that is a good point. Yeah, I agree with Hillary's emails. Paying 30K for my wedding, but your wife can't come is a pretty crappy move. 100% agree. Like 100%. That is not cool. Not cool. But apparently, okay. Am I the asshole for leaving a vacation I planned for my girlfriend after her friends came along? Yeah, probably. Why? Was it supposed to be a romantic getaway or something? Is my first question. Well, grad tattoo. My girlfriend, Sarah, 29, and I, male 28, have been dating for 5 years. Cool. And I wanted to go on vacation with her to celebrate. Did she know this? Did she know that it was a vacation to celebrate, like your romantic interlude, that your togetherness over multiple years, 5 years? I planned the trip over for several months. Of course, I shared my plans with her, but did you share the purpose of the trip with her? You need more information, Grad Tattoo. I need to know. And decided on skiing, snowboarding, other winter activities in carbon oxide. Someone help me out. What's CO? Anyone know what CO is? Co? Had to say hello to Mark, the most moral man on earth. I don't think that's true. I honestly don't think that's true, Dustin. I mean, just because I have a moral code doesn't mean I'm the most moral man on earth. And then, I do wrong things. I don't think that sort of moral intuition. Oh, Colorado. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the unwind. No, I don't know, Dustin. I don't think that's absolutely not true. Like seriously. Um, Colorado. Is that like Aspen? 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 Is that Aspen? Aspen, Colorado? Are we talking Aspen here? I wouldn't mind visiting Colorado, actually. It seems like it would be a nice place to like go. I've always wanted to see Yellowstone. I'm aware that it's like a super volcano that could like erupt and kill us all, but I wouldn't mind seeing and I think isn't Yellowstone on the corner of Colorado and another couple of states kind of thing. So um the Overlook Hotel. What's the Overlook Hotel? What is the Overlook Hotel? The Overlook Hotel. Oh, Stephen King. Ah, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So your way of thinking just proved me right. God damn it! I can't win with you people. Seriously, I say no. I'm crap, and you go. Look how great you are for admitting that. It's like The Shining. Yes, thanks, Jane. I did get the reference eventually. I'm just a little slow. It's called The Stanley. Okay, gotcha. The activity seemed perfect for Aspen, and I was looking forward to this for months because I wanted to propose to her at the end of the trip. So he probably kept the fact that it was a romantic trip a secret because he didn't want her to know that he was going to propose. And all AITA and no play makes Margaret a dull boy. Yeah, but I did play yesterday. I played with James W. I know, hot, right? No, I did have a debate yesterday, which was fantastic. It went really well. Were you there, Brie? I don't remember seeing you, but you could have been there. I was sort of focused on the debate a lot of the time, so I do apologize if you were there. But I linked the channel, so if you're not subscribed to Ultimate Debate Championship, definitely subscribe to that because there will be some awesome debates being lined up by Oz. And we're at it. Oh, thank you, Bree. Sorry, I really didn't know who was there and who wasn't. But you were in bed. Yep, best place to watch a debate, in my opinion. If you're bored, you can just fall asleep. It's the best. Absolutely. I fully endorse bedtime debate watching. I endorse this decision. I'm Mark Reid, and I endorse this decision. Absolutely. 5 days before the trip, Sarah dropped the ball. Is that the right thing? Dropped the ball on me that she invited 2 of her friends to meet her there. Okay. I was upset because I want to spend one-on-one time with Sarah for our anniversary. Did you tell her that? I feel like it was a plain and clear that this was a trip just for us. Yeah, so no. No, you didn't tell her that. Even though I expressed my concern, Sarah insisted that her friends already made plans to come and won't back out. All right. All right. You don't endorse it because the debates keep me up. Oh, what? Like when you're in bed trying to sleep? Well, if that happens, if your awakeness keeps you up more than 48 hours, consult your doctor. Yeah, so our friends coming anyway. I decided to accept this because there was no way for me to force her friends to not come. Yeah, how are you going to do that, Sonny? You're going to tackle them? You're gonna bomb the plane? What are you doing to force her friends not to come? I wish I fought more on this. I figured we could just make some changes to our plans and I'd still be able to propose to her privately. Okay. Sarah essentially blew me off for her friends and we didn't get any private time. Well, I mean, you could talk to her about that, but that's her decision, I guess. After 3 days of being in second place, I decided to leave the trip and head home. I told Sarah why I was leaving and she was upset. Well, yeah, she probably would be. She told her friends about my decision I was ganged up on. They said we were all having a great time. She thinks I'm being a jerk for making her pick between her friends and me, even though her friends weren't invited in the first place. Well, they were invited. They were invited by your girlfriend. So they were invited. I never had personal issues with her friends prior to this trip. I never made Sarah pick between me and her friends because everyone needs friends outside of a relationship. Well, that's true, but still, it probably feels like that to her. I'm at home now and thinking about everything. I have a day to myself before Sarah comes home, so at least I get to relax a bit. Sarah and her friends think I'm overreacting and think I ruined the trip. I think Sarah was disrespectful and rude to me by ruining the purpose of this trip and having her friends gang up on me. Am I the asshole for leaving a vacation I planned for my girlfriend after her friends came along? Edit. This was a planned anniversary romantic trip. I was clear that we have plans for just us two. We've been on other anniversary trips together without her friends there. We did discuss marriage beforehand, so it's not like a proposal would have been out of the blue. Yeah, but she won't know that. She won't know that. But if it was a planned anniversary romantic trip, minor update. Okay, so this guy is Grad Tattoo is absolutely committed to this post. Absolutely committed. My friends are here at the house. Wow, Bree. Bree says I closed my eyes from time snuggled between Mark and James arguing about the death penalty. Yeah, that's some Wednesday Addams level hot right there. Absolutely. Wow. Morbidly hot is what I meant to say. My friends are here at the house and they have been running potential interference, just in case her friends try to bombard and harass me. They've been great and I'm glad to have them. Okay, well, that's sort of unrelated, but sure. You're now in sort of like a gang warfare between her friends and your friends. Yeah, I kind of think if it was a planned anniversary and romantic trip, bringing your friends onto a romantic trip, basically, I think it is. It sort of would say to me, well, I can't just spend time with you. I need somebody else to keep me, company, kind of thing. It is a bit of a warning sign. I think that he's not a jerk for leaving. If he was genuinely upset, then he said that he's upset and he left because he was being hassled. Yeah, I kind of think that the girlfriend's being the asshole here. That's only if he made it clear that it is a sort of anniversary trip. Natalie says I wouldn't invite other people without asking. Yeah, I think I'm there with you. That's assuming the story is true, and he sort of said it was a romantic trip. Yeah, if it was a planned romantic trip, was out of line. I agree, Bree. I 100% agree. Oh, by the way, Bree is getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to Hive Science, you need to be. She does some amazing stuff, some just amazing stuff. So definitely get along to Bree's channel. She does a lot of cryptid stuff, like Bigfoot running through the woods and chupacabras and things like that. She does nature, insects and how they find their way in the world and how they sense things. She does an amazing job, and I can't recommend her enough. So if you are into any kind of conspiracy theories or like animals or science or anything like that, definitely give Bree a sub and get her to that 1,000. 926. Well, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. But what I'll do is I'll post your channel. I'll pin your channel up. So I'll pin your channel there. Yeah, I agree, Bree. Out of line. Kind of out of line. Hillary Simmons, he should have banged the friends. After all, it was a romantic anniversary trip. He figured they were all down for it. Yeah, well, living the dream. Living the dream. How many friends was it? I mean, he could have two of her friends. Well, Foursome it is. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe that was his girlfriend's intention. You never know, right? You never know. But yeah, I think that I think that he's in the right. To be honest with you, I think that I mean, it's fine to say, oh, don't overreact, but sometimes things upset people. You've got to, she could have been a bit kinder and tried to understand why he was upset, because I think he had a valid reason for being upset. Um, the girlfriend. I think there was a very good reason for being upset. I mean, all I can think of is I was in that situation, and my wife, on an anniversary trip, decided to bring a couple of her friends, and then and it's also that he was blown off for his friends as well. If a couple of friends came and they stayed out of the way and stuff, and it was kind of just you two with meeting up with the friends occasionally, that'd be fine. That would be cool. But not sort of being blown off for a friend trip. Um, I think that's a bit much. But let me know what you think, and I will certainly read the results out, because that's the kind of guy I am. That's the kind of guy I am. Mark Reid, Mark Wright, Mark Entertain all night. I don't know about all night. Plus, it's daytime here, Bree, so that's technically inaccurate. So um, technically inaccurate. Not yet. You should still sure you want to propose? Yeah, I kind of feel that it's a waste of time. Like, you really should be thinking about whether you can, stomach this behavior. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you found out that your fiance, or your hopeful for your tended fiance, has no interest in sort of going on a trip, anniversary trip. I'd sit her down and go through all the plans you had, including the proposal, watch Pikachu face, and then tell you need time apart to evaluate the relationship. Um, yeah, it's kind of a bit brutal, but I kind of agree. You can sort of say, hey, I had all these plans to, get married. Maybe she's not interested in marriage. Maybe here's an option for you. Maybe she sort of sensed that you were going to propose, because at 5 years it's about that time, and she went, I don't want him to, so I'm going to bring my friends and run interference, kind of thing. Maybe she doesn't want to get married and can't do the adult thing and actually just tell you. Maybe. It's not like every single woman in the world nowadays wants to get married. You are thinking the same thing? Yeah, we're both thinking the same thing. I think that's what happened. I think she knew that, it was getting close, and she sort of, oh, well, I don't want to leave him, but I don't want to marry him. Maybe. This person is telling another story. My significant other took his ex-girlfriend somewhere in tropical beautiful to propose. He's called her over. She ignored him, swimming around, showing off. He said, fuck this shit, and went back to their room. Returned a few hours later, and he told her what he was going to do, but now realized how important he was to her. Cue tears and awkward breaths of truth. Her loss equals my gain. Why is that your gain? I don't. They planned to spend the afternoon together. She saw some hot commodities and left him to swim with them, and accidentally lost her sports. Didn't replace it, kept swimming with a bunch of random dudes. Okay, yeah, no, that's wow. All right, I don't even know if that's true. That's a bit weird, to be honest with you. Yeah, all right. Now they're talking about this story. I don't. Yeah, Reddit's a bit weird like that. I think Reddit's one of the but I think Reddit's one of the places where people like get off on tangents. in an insane way. Like they just get easily distracted. It's like, oh, butterfly, and then they're off. Like it's insane. I don't want to get married, but the price is right. I'll put on the dress. Okay, well, you do you. You do you. Yeah, here we go. So Frumpy Little Noodle says, get me straight. You spent months planning the vacation, the two of you. You paid for said vacation. She invited her friends and didn't tell you until it was too late for them to cancel. You made requests for alone time. She rebuffed those efforts to hang out a group with friends. Buddy, she found the ring and knew your plan for the weekend. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. And at least one person in the chat agrees with me. Monkey for Banana agrees with me. Yeah, I'm betting on this too. Yeah, it does sound like it, doesn't it? Ugh. This is what worries me. We discussed marriage beforehand and everything seemed great. This was a planned anniversary romantic trip, so the nature of planning clear. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, that's kind of sad. This trip was the biggest stunt she pulled with her friends. All right. I do feel sorry for the guy. I really do. Seems like people projecting their own insecurities to me. What do you mean? Like the ones that are saying that she doesn't want to get married, or the ones saying that um or that previous thing? Yeah, he's really cut up. He's really devoted to this thread too. Yeah. Oof. 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 Poor guy. I really feel for him. Like, he's basically gone on a trip, all bright eyed to propose and basically just had an awful time. Dude, I hope wherever you got the ring, it's got a return policy. I really do. But I feel for him. I do feel for him. Um, yeah. And I think sort of just yeah, Poster is not to blame. Absolutely. I think sort of just telling him he's overreacting. I don't think that's an overreaction. I think that that's perfectly valid feelings. I think it is. Am I the asshole for making my pregnant wife cry by calling her less of a person? Well, yeah. Is this a troll? Becoming a quartet. I'm calling asshole straight off the bat. That's my default position on this one. And I'm happy to have my mind changed, but wow, dude, you are morally bankrupt. This all boils down to my wife's father. Yeah, nothing to do with you. Your wife's father, so your father-in-law. I have a 6-year-old son that started living with me as primary guardian when he was 3, and his mum when he went back to school. Okay, so at 3, the person had a primary guardian. Uh, his mother when he went back to school. I met my wife through work, and I also met her father, who worked at the same company in a higher role than both of us. You say nepotism? Nepotism. That's a great word as well. If you don't know that one, Nanalu, nepotism. My wife knew I had a son, but I said I wouldn't introduce them unless we became a serious couple because that wouldn't be fair to him. That's probably true. That's probably true. It can be confusing, but that is probably true. Well, I mean, obviously they did become a closer couple because a serious couple because they're married. When my wife did meet my son, they got along really well. I invited her and her father over for dinner one night, and her father met my son for the first time. He was weird and awkward around my son and made strange comments about his appearance. His mum is black. Oh dear, is this going to be like low grade racism or just like casual racism? I confronted him after the dinner and he made some pretty pathetic excuses. Well, I mean, I don't know what they are. After that, I asked him not to contact me outside of work matters and asked her for space. Okay. A couple of weeks later, my wife told me she had completely cut her father off for his beliefs. Okay. What kind of beliefs? Religious beliefs? Beliefs in the superiority of the white race? Is that what we're talking about here? That those the kind of beliefs we're talking about? I would like to know. But yeah, that's fair. If your father has beliefs that absolutely conflict with your morality, there is no reason why you have to have a relationship. That's not cool. Our relationship became stronger than ever. When we got engaged, she said she didn't want her father at the wedding. Okay, cool. We ended up both transferring to other companies. Okay, nepotism ended. As far as I knew, he was gone from both of our lives for good. Well, I mean, that's hard to say, right? I mean, it is her father. That's, if she wants a relationship with him, you really should support that. My wife is pregnant. I'm due in a month. She has already started maternity leave and has been looking for a new job to start after maternity leave because she didn't want to stay at her current company. That's cool. Yesterday, she sat me down and told me her dad got her an interview for a job at our old company. Nepotism. The nepotism. If you don't know what nepotism is basically is basically doing favors or having an advantage because you know people in a institution or something. So it's basically you getting preferential treatment because of who you know rather than sort of merit of your abilities. She also told me she has been talking to him for a couple of months and wants to know how I would feel about him knowing our future child. I told her the truth. I told her I felt betrayed. Really, really, it's her dad. You can't be like this, dude. You can't be like this. It's her dad. I told her I felt betrayed and I felt like she betrayed my son, who she claimed to think of her son as well. And I told her that she would even ask me that makes you less of a person in my eyes. Wow. All right. Well, that's a little extreme reaction. She started crying and asked me what kind of insensitive jerk would call a woman pregnant with his kid less of a person. Well, I mean, you're pregnant really has nothing to do with it. It's more just saying, hey, you're less of a person. Okay, your dad's racist. I get that. But it's her dad. Like, come on. I told her that was how I felt. And although language was harsh, I felt it matched what she was asking for. After cooling off, I'm now unsure if my word choice is warranted and wondering if I was an arsehole. Yes, for speaking to her that way while she is pregnant and more emotionally vulnerable. Nothing to do with it. You were just an arsehole. I could have just said I wasn't okay with what she was proposing without insulting her character. Yeah, you think? You think? This. Yeah, is a mission of the truth lying. I think that I don't think she's an arsehole for that big bad mama. I think that at the end of the day, she did tell him, but she saw her dad beforehand and she may not have been comfortable telling him. I don't think that makes her an arsehole. She probably could have done better. She definitely could have said, hey, I'm thinking of seeing my dad again because I'm pregnant and this is his grandchild and it's important to me. And, leading into that, I get what you're saying, but I don't think that makes her an arsehole. I really don't. I think that she's just, was worried about what he'd say, especially if he reacted like this. I mean, can you blame her for, if she was really worried about how he would react? If he reacted like this, it kind of says to me that he would overreact to it, because this, in my opinion, in my humble little opinion, is an overreaction. I think it is. But you get to vote like everybody else, except me, because apparently democracy is flawed in YouTube. Democracy doesn't work, so everybody but the person doing the poll gets to vote, which is horribly unfair. And I'm thinking about making a sock account just to vote on this. I have somebody that told me you could make like tons of sock accounts. His name's Kent Hovind. He says like keep making sock accounts and suddenly you'll get to thousands of subscribers. I think it's a good idea. I think that all creationists and people of low moral character should be creating sock accounts to inflate their numbers and eventually getting shut down. I think that would be amazing. Um, yeah, I just don't. I don't think that sort of her being pregnant has much to do with it. So I think he has every right to yeah, I mean, he's got every right to react negatively towards the father, but you're talking about calling your wife less of a person. Yeah, no, I agree, Beamsy. I agree with you. The father-in-law, yes. His wife, no. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment 100%. No, totally, totally. His father is a racist prick, right? That's a given. But, but, and here's the kicker: at the end of the day, it's your wife's father, right? So you have to accept if she wants a relationship with him. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to subject your son to it, but you can't go to your wife and say, "Hey, you're less of a person for wanting a relationship with your father." That is beyond the line. And I get why he's reacting like that. It's because, hey, you're inviting a person back into your life that is racist towards my son, right? That's what. So every time someone's getting angry and reacting this way, it's always fear or pain, right? He's afraid of something, and he's afraid of his son being, Jim Crowed, basically, and rightfully so, because the father's a freaking racist. But it's his wife's father, and he can't say you're not allowed to have a relationship with your father. Becoming a quartet. Okay, so yeah, this is the second child. We don't know that the father was racist, only the husband made some odd jokes. He never said what they were. Yeah, that's true. He said that they were awkward, but I think if the wife had completely cut her father off because of his beliefs, I'm guessing that's what he's getting at. I think if there's a racist at the table with 10 other people, you have 11 racists. I think that's a little extreme. He who is right. Not sure you are he who is right. Oh, okay. So not the asshole. So Reddit's, yeah. I don't know. I still think that um I still think that he can't say that about his wife. I think saying that about his. Yeah, I agree with you, Beamsy. Your father is scum. I want nothing to do with him, but not stop you and our child having a relationship with him if you wish it. Um, and he's got to stay away from my other child. The other child. I completely agree, Beamsy. I completely agree. I think that he's got to protect his other child from this person. And the thing comes up, if see, I'm in two minds as well, because if you alienate these people completely, how do you ever change their minds, right? How do you ever get beyond that hurdle of looking at people differently? All they're going to do is you know stick in their own group and confirm all their biases and all their prejudice. um, it depends. Like, you've got to protect your family at the same time. He's never going to change if you just don't let him anywhere near you. Yeah, a couple of people. Yeah, I still don't think that's right. Oh, look, Natalie, if that's one thing, these threads, sort of more communication and sensitivity, that's a common thread throughout these things. Sort of, instead of flying off the handle and shouting at your significant other, you could, you know, sit down and have a conversation with them. Heaven forfend. And there's ways to have conversations with people, especially people that you love, that are less hostile than others, kind of thing, right? So, um, so when you're communicating, sort of saying, hey, like, because a lot of people will just sort of say, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that, and that's not the way to talk to people. You can sort of say, hey, I get that you like doing this, or this is what you want to do, but when you do that, it makes me feel like this, kind of thing. You can explain how you feel instead of just blowing up and shouting at people to to do this or do that, or you're lesser, or I mean, what does that solve? What does that solve? Hello, John Rapp. Good Arvo. I have a suggestion. Sociopathy. Sociopathy. Do you mean like sociopath? Rules out a lot of drama. Psychopathy. Is that supposed to be psychopathy, or is that supposed to be sociopathy? Sociopathy. Okay. I mean, sociopaths are out there. Sociopaths, as you know, where they sort of have a lack of empathy, kind of thing, but it's a learnt lack of empathy rather than a psychopathy, which is sort of born with a lack of empathy. Um, yeah, so Reddit thinks either everybody's crap or not the asshole, which is interesting. I think that the dad deserves to be told where to go, but I don't think the wife does. She's probably very conflicted about it in the first place, right? She's probably like, I do want him back in my life, but there's the problem that he's a complete frat. Like, he's just terrible. Um, I don't know if you've ever had a parent that you kind of see. I with my parents, my mum, I would get along with her fantastically as long as I didn't live with her. Right. So as soon as I moved out of home, we got along great. Whenever we were like before that, living together, fought tooth and nail, like just horribly. Moved out and got along with her fine. So I mean, it depends. Being a sociopath. Ah, okay, gotcha. Being a sociopath. Who cares? She's not conflicted. She's taking a job at the company with her father. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. Yeah, that nepotism. Yeah, so maybe everybody sucks. Everybody's crap. Um, yeah, I think I'm down with the everybody's terrible. I think I'm down with that. That's a good point, Big Bad Mum. That's a good point. There's not really many. No, not between not not between the symptoms and the presentation of the disorders. No, but the sort of origin point and how you treat them is different. Um, but yeah, they're antisocial, both of them. You're right. Hey, Hill Hugger, it's so good to see you, mate. It's fantastic to see you. Glad you could join us. We're a couple of posts deep. We're posts deep, and moving on to another one, so I can get back this poll. And poster is terrible. Yeah, no, I don't think you speak to your wife like that. That's silly. That's just silly. You can talk to people without sort of telling them they're lesser human beings. I think even if you're mad at them, you can still talk to them without telling them they're lesser human beings. I don't think there's any reason for that, like any reason for it. A bit more communication, and as I said to Nanalu, communication through all of this is just sorely lacking. And communication is so important, especially if you have a wife. If you have a wife, if you have a girlfriend, communication. And the other thing about relationships, I think for me, the other thing about relationships is you need to be vulnerable. Like you need to be able to say, hey, I'm in a vulnerable place. I am not um I am not doing well. I feel this, and be genuine about your feelings. Um, and it's a good thing. Being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. It just means that you're being honest and upfront. Oh, hello, girl. Hello, girl. I have the answer to the title of your streams. You are morally bankrupt. Boost. Boom. Roasted. You're only roasting yourself. You're only roasting yourself. Hey, Maya. So good to see you. Maya and I have to catch up on a stream sometime. I've decided she's too amazing not to, quite frankly. Am I the asshole for suggesting my son postpone his wedding after his fiance was in a life-changing accident? A life-changing accident. No advance. What are you suggesting? Did she get hurt? Did she lose legs or something? And then you're being an ass? What are you? My son's fiance was in a wreck a couple of months ago. It was terrible and it left her in a terrible condition. I feel like you don't have a lot of sympathy for the fiance here, your son's fiance. Growing up, I had a friend at my church. Well, there's your problem. Right there, church, who was married to a man in not even this bad of shape, but he was confined to a wheelchair and had a lot of needs related to his care. Yeah, well, no crap. I know how hard this is. I saw it firsthand. I am not suggesting he call off the wedding. All I did was say that they should consider holding off until they see what her life will be like after rehab. Wow. Wow. Okay, son, I know you love her and everything, but just see if she's capable of, walking and talking before you actually commit to her. Wow. All right. I am not suggesting that she isn't worth marrying because she is disabled. She is a very strong and beautiful young woman, but this is going to be either a difficult lifelong commitment or they'll get married with rose tinted glasses on and then it will end badly. It's not up to you to say, man. Like seriously, no advance. I'm worried about you. What? Why? My son has a good job, and so did she. Did she? Has she lost her job because she's been in an accident? But for the foreseeable future, they'll be a one income family. You didn't have insurance? They're planning on having children. That is off the table, at least biologically. What? They're going to have children artificially? What's the problem? And I honestly have no idea how hard it would be to adopt with them as parents. Not because they would not be loving parents, because she may not be able to care for a child by herself. Yeah, he can still care for a child. What? My son is angry with me. Yeah, understandable. He says that he loves her and I'm being ableist. Yeah, you kind of are. I don't think that I am. Yeah, you kind of are. I'm being a realist that wants both of them to get past all the walk to remember stuff. What is walk to remember stuff? Anyone know what that is? Am I being a dumb Australian again? Is this a walk to remember? Yeah, I've got a funny feeling it's not like referring to the movie. Is it referring to the movie? Does anybody know what a walk to remember is? Oh, maybe it is. It all comes down to who is by your side and who is willing to stand up for love, even when it seems impossible. Oh, dude, you are such a negative person. No advance. You are terrible. And see what the future actually holds before they move forward. She isn't even out of the hospital yet. I have no idea what kind of medical debt this is going to pile on them. Wow. To be clear, I am not suggesting that he just call off the wedding, just there is a lot to consider and look at it from a pragmatic point of view. Am I the asshole or a realist? What did he actually say to him? All I did say that was they should consider holding off until see what her life would like be after rehab. Yeah, no, that's a dick move, man. My sorry. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I had a friend that basically they went away overseas to Bali in Indonesia, and she got meningitis, right? Meningitis. Now, that was nasty. It took both of her legs. They had to amputate both legs, and she left with scars on her skin. And um, she she was engaged with him, and he married her. Still took care of her, helped her through rehab, helped her out doing everything. Great guy, fantastic guy. But she was a beautiful person, just a beautiful person. So strong and optimistic, and she made the best out of things, and so did he. And they were an amazing couple together. Like they were really nice people, and they loved one another. This whole thing about, oh well, it might end badly. If you don't do anything because it might end badly, you might as well sit doing nothing at all. Everything can end badly. That's not the point of life. The point of life is to try to do things, enjoy your successes, and sort of move and learn from your failures. You don't. Yeah, I kind of do agree. He doesn't want to admit it, but he thinks that, oh, this is going to be too hard for my son, like too hard. Just because um, you think that it's too hard for you doesn't mean it's too hard for your son. I'm kind of right there with you, big man, mama. Oh, hello, Pinworm. No worries at all, mate. There's no obligation on this. I'm just sitting, talking crap about people on the internet. To be honest with you, it's not exactly high stakes here at all. Not high stakes, but that's okay because I like it not being high stakes because we can sort of. I mean, a lot of my time is done on debate. The last one with death penalty, really serious stuff. Origin of the universe. I mean, flat Earth is a bit of fun and jokes. Yeah, you know, not exactly serious, but most of my debates are pretty serious. So it's good to just chill out and sort of you know talk about this. But yeah, if your son wants to move forward, good luck to him. And you know what your son needs to hear right now is you love her. We understand that. We'll still support you, and we're behind you 100%. He doesn't need, hey, reconsider your life choices right now with this woman who is lying in hospital trying to recover from a horrendous accident. That's not what your son, like. You're yeah. um your son needs your support right now, not questioning his life choices. Like seriously. So what they're planning on having children? They can do IV. They can do IVF, in vitro fertilization, sir. They don't have to adopt them. Your son can take care of a child. And see, you don't even know how she's going to recover. Like you're catastrophizing. You're catastrophizing and just saying, "Hey, the worst is going to happen. He's going to have to take care of her." And you don't know that. And this is the person he loves. I think he's an asshole. But let's see what Reddit says. I am not suggesting she isn't worth married because she is disabled, and yet you suggest exactly in detail the following paragraphs. You suggest that because she's disabled, she won't be able to work, won't be a good mother, and would be a burden on the son. Yes, you are ableist. Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. I married a healthy man, and 6 weeks later, he was in a wheelchair with an estimate of 5 more years of life. He told me to leave, but I loved him and stayed. Oh, that's beautiful. And once he passed away 20 years later, that's sad, but 20 years of, when you said it was 5 more years. And this is the thing, people that go, oh, well, the doctor told me I only had 5 years to live or whatever. So, you can't trust doctors. They will give the worst estimate possible because it's better to give you a lower time and you've got more than give you a higher time and it runs out. It really irritates me when people do that. Oh, hello, Tyne. It's good to see you. It really annoys me when people say that, like, especially sort of the creations. They say, hey, the doctors told me that this would kill me and it didn't. Yeah, they always give you the worst possible news because it's better to get the worst possible news and get something better than it is to get the best possible news and get something worse. In corporations, we used to call it under promise and over deliver is the ideal thing. The father is presenting important information to his son. Once you have a catastrophic illness, the body usually develops additional illnesses due to the stress. Okay. Once she comes home, the cost of home care is insane. If you get it, don't count on affording 3 shifts. Meanwhile, he'll be the night nurse, cleaning up closet, shit, and piss. They will not allow you to adopt if someone in your house requires constant care, which is fair. Yeah, okay. The houses that you buy have to be handicapped accessible, which makes them more expensive. Medicine required to take care. Be prepared to cry your eyes out at the pharmacy because you can't afford her meds. Yeah, so that seems more an indictment of the American healthcare system than anything else, to be honest with you. But by the way, if you're bored, disability Medicare doesn't kick in for 2 years after acceptance. Yeah, that sucks. What? Oh, okay. Right. So this is basically saying, hey, you've got no idea what it's like. Yeah, no, I get you. But I think you. I still think he's being an ass to his son. He can sort of. Um, yeah, I think they could go about it a lot better way. Like they could say it without. Are you sure you want to get married? Are you sure? You keep dancing around this question. People asking you specifically what advice did he ask for? What was the actual question? His exact question was, "What should I do?" He did mention she's a physiotherapist. Even if it means she can't work anymore, she's probably in a better position than most people to be realistic about her limitations, expectations. Oh, so the son did ask for advice. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah. Well, if the son asked for advice and you gave it and then he was angry about it, what to expect? Yeah, okay, maybe nobody's terrible. I mean, if he asked for advice, that's a bit different. If he said, "What should I do?" and you say, "Hey, think about whether you really want to marry this person or not." None of those preclude getting pregnant. She might need an uterus and ovaries for that, though. Ouch, that sucks. Yeah, I kind of I might be going with yeah, I might be going with nobody's really to blame. If the son asked for advice and he got it, yeah, if that's your honest opinion, that's your honest opinion. If you were just sort of saying to your son, this out of the blue, then yeah, you're a bit of an ass. But if you're not, then if the son came to you and said, "Hey, what do you think I should do?" Yeah, you are being a bit of an ableist, though. I don't think. Yeah, I think that sort of you're taking the catastrophic view, but if that's something you want to tell your son because it could be like that, and he asked for that opinion, I can't say you're an asshole. If you just, he was trying to, get on with what he was doing, and you're like, hey, maybe you shouldn't marry her. Yeah, you're an asshole. But if he asked for your honest opinion, yeah, yeah, that changes things a bit. I wish these people would put that in their original post. Why didn't you put that in the post that he asked for your opinion? Ugh. Oh, and the community says everyone is awful. Everyone sucks. All right. Well, okay. Everyone's awful. Everyone's awful. Everyone's always awful. Everyone's awful to me. All right. Well, I might do one more because I feel good about this stream, and some amazing people are here, like Titan Uranus and Big Bad Mama. Look, I'll admit it. I just like saying Titan Uranus. Um, am I the asshole for not telling people happy birthday the traditional way? Wait, there's a traditional way? What's the non-traditional way? Wait, is there a new way to wish somebody happy birthday? Titan, you're ruining my polls. I'm voting you the asshole next time, Titan. That's what I'm gonna do. If you're just voting everybody sucks every time, you're gonna be the asshole. Does anyone know a non-traditional way? Are they going like happy womb escape day kind of thing? Like, I love it when people say that happy womb escape day. Okay, this is going to sound silly. Already does. We're already there. We're already there, mother cat lady. Oh, I love that username, mother cat lady. Okay, this is going to sound silly. Already does. And I feel like I'm probably not the asshole for this. You could be wrong because everybody says that. But when I was about 18, I am 26 now, got bored of saying happy birthday to people all the time. Want to have a more unique way of saying happy birthday so it'd be more memorable. Good call. Happy birthday is boring. Happy birthday is boring. Since when is Titan not the asshole? Yeah, no, you're awesome, John Rapp. You're fine. Maya is just, yeah. Look at, I know that bitch Maya. Come on. She's lovely, lovely. Um, Now I know there are silly cards and stuff, but I tried to come up with a new phrase today. My first one was happy day of being pushed out of your mum's uterus. until I said that to someone and they told me they were a C-section baby, so technically not pushed out. And I was like, you know what? You are right. And changed it to happy day of being forcefully removed from your mother's uterus because it's all inclusive. You know, I just like this person. I just like Mother Cat Lady. Like, seriously. I wanted to include people who had C-sections. So instead, I changed it happy day of being forcefully removed from your mother's uterus. And since deciding on that's what I have told everybody every year since their birthday. No, I love it. If somebody said that to me, I would be like, "You're amazing. You're just amazing, right?" If Mother Cat Lady came up to you on your birthday and said, "Happy day of being forcefully removed from your mother's uterus," I'd be like, "Thank you. I didn't have much to do with it, but thank you." You know, maybe you should thank my mother instead. That would probably be a yeah. Now I have a mother-in-law, 49. Oops. Yeah, Mother Cat Lady, you're in trouble. Who does not really like me to begin with, and while she not picks on everything I say and do. Hang on a sec. Who does not really like me to begin with, and she not picks. She maybe it's she picks on everything I say and do. Let me pass that sentence. Now I have a mother-in-law 49 who does not really like me to begin with, and she not picks on everything I say and do. Okay. However, even though I've been with my husband for 9 years, she apparently never noticed before today when I said that exact phrase to her oldest son, my brother-in-law. Yes. Which really, the fact that she has never noticed before in 9 years can tell you a lot about my relationship with her, in my opinion. Or maybe she's just never been around. Sounds like she has a sense of yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, Natalie. They do sound like they have a sense of humor. I like it. I do like it. Nitpicks. Yes, thanks, Kill Doggy. You're right. Nitpicks makes much more sense. That fits. That fits. After hearing this, she freaked out on me because what I said was vulgar, rude, and making fun of the birthday traditions. Oh, calm the fuck down. Seriously. The birthday traditions, that sacred institution where we celebrate the oncoming of our birth. We salute the deity of the birthday traditions. Seriously? Get out of here. I personally don't see that as vulgar or rude. Yeah, it's not. But I'm not always the best at social cues. I know the feeling. So maybe I'm, however, no one else has ever complained. I'm not the best at social cues, so maybe I'm, however, no one else has ever complained. You're not the best at writing sentences either. You're not the best at formulating sentences or said anything before, and usually it gives people a nice chuckle. Yeah, I would chuckle. So here I am to ask, am I the asshole? Am I missing the social clues here and in fact being vulgar and rude? No, no, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I think that's hilarious. Well, maybe not hilarious, but yeah, it would give me a chuckle. Update edit. Hi, everyone. I've read all the comments and I see now why it was not appropriate, but let me clear up a few things. I have only been married for 2 years with my husband for 9. We are not at a family gathering. She came to my house this morning to drop off a package that she had for my husband because sometimes I drop off his packages to her on accident because of the last name. Wow, that's a sentence. I texted my brother-in-law, and she only knows that because she looked at my phone when I set it down to take the packages. I literally sent the text. I've never actually said to anyone in person, just text it, and when I know I won't see them in person. However, I can see now it may have come off cruder than I intend. I know a lot of you mentioned trauma, and if it triggered anyone, I am sorry. What? Who? Where? Hold it. I'll get the poll going, but I want to see these people who are traumatized by saying happy forceful removal from your mother's uterus. I don't. Okay. Uh, no idea. Well, I mean, is there a circumstance where you look? Is there a circumstance where you'd be talking to the person and they've had some kind of trauma associated with giving birth? Is that a thing? Is that a thing I'm unaware of? Like, um, post maternal trauma, I guess. I don't. Uterus eviction day is great. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Titan Uranus. I love those. Uterus eviction day. We'll never outgrow a great episode. Picking nits originally a great socialization method. Silly humanity has a twist as usual. Yeah, John, as usual. As usual. The only thing that triggers me is Mark Reid's huggable face. Okay, well, that's weird and disturbing and a little hot, but let's move past that. Yeah, happy parasite removal day. Yeah, I'm all for it, John. All for it. All for it. Happy umbilical cutting day. The reason I'm not good at reasons is due to childhood trauma myself. I never tend to be hurtful. I just thought it was a legit joke. Thank you for the feedback. Also, to add, my brother-in-law is a couple of years older than me, has the same sense of humor. I do, since many people wanted to know. When I say this to everyone, I do not mean literally just close friends and family. And I'm close to my brother-in-law, so I won't see him in person today. However, I would not say this to a total stranger. I try to be my best to understand social growth cues, not great at it. Okay. So what? Hey, I'm intentionally being gross and vulgar because I want to be unique and quirky. No, it's called humor. I didn't even get past the second paragraph. What? That about sums it up. I know someone like this, and it's way more annoying that it's endearing. Okay. I don't. Strong can't shake a joker energy in here. Yeah. My go-to is Happy Women Fiction Day. Yeah. I'm yeah, it might be more palatable, but that might not be your sense of humor. I think sort of, why are we getting precious about birthdays all of a sudden? Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Good to see you. Uh, how to make myself seem quirky, kind of thing. Well, come on, it's just. Uh, Turning birthday into a crude comment of childbirth is not a personality trait. Well, apparently nothing is personality traits to these people. Look, she just wants to have a laugh. What is vulgar and rude? Congrats on leveling up. Yeah, that's a good one. I do like that one, but you know, I don't get why you have to like that's fine. That's fine. Like it seems more like a choice of sort of saying the word. Is there a problem with the word uterus? Is that the problem? Do we have a problem with the word uterus? It was certainly great for me. The kids still bit. I'm like, hey, if I had to come out and pay bills, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, we have some breaking news, ladies, gentlemen, everybody. Kent's Dinosaur Adventureland channel is now kaput. Are you serious? Are you being serious with me right now? Look, great channel, great channel. You've got to give it up for that channel. You're right, it is. Wow. Oh. Oh, Kent must be upset. He must be upset. On a scale to 1 to 10, how upset do you think he is? Well, I was talking to Atheist Junior, and I suggested he do a sort of victory stream, or a celebration stream, one less bigot on YouTube, essentially. One less bigot on YouTube. So I'd be there for that. I would attend that function. I would attend that function. OP's word choice is just cringe. Okay, so nobody likes uterus. I think that's that. Look, we already knew that, Maya. That's not a surprise to anybody. I am not doing a poll for that. We know the outcome. It's pointless. Like, absolutely pointless. Come on now. We all know. We all know. Yeah. So celebrate with me. Ding dong, the Kent is dead. The Kent is dead. The Kent is dead. Ding dong, the Kent is dead. Yeah, so the Kenthoven official was shut down last night, is when I learnt about it. So my time last night, so probably um, this morning for you wonderful people. DAL was the secondary channel that didn't have as many followers, but that's apparently been shut down too. You have that link in Discord. Did you send me a link in Discord about that? Oh, yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, yeah. There you are. Good riddance. See you. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, Kent. Forcible removed might have negative connotations. Yeah, it doesn't offend me either. I'd find that slightly humorous. Yeah. But OP to show she's not like the other girls. Oh, come on. Like, you're just being mean to somebody because they do something that's unique, Wow, Reddit can be so mean. Like, seriously, yeah, I get that some people might not like it because, uterus and forcible. I mean, I don't know how it's triggering trauma though. Maybe is cesarean section traumatic? I must admit, I've never heard that cesarean's particularly traumatic, but maybe that's what they're talking about. Is cesarean section traumatic? Does anybody know? It's not really an open room, Godless Girl. It's sort of just where we're taking situations off the internet and discussing them. I mean, I guess you can join if you want. Yeah, I just wasn't aware. Look, I think Reddit's been a little bit precious here, to be honest with you. It's sort of, oh, you're trying to be quirky and different. So what? What's the great thing about doing exactly the same? And to complain about birthday tradition. Come on, grow up. There's no such thing as birthday tradition. Come on now. Like, if we're paying, like, if we're just being down on somebody for the way they say and go, oh, well, you're not respecting the tradition of the birthday. Come on, like, seriously, get over yourself. I'm going to be different. God, just shut. Okay, okay, she's being different. Could be triggering for someone to have miscarriages or abortions. I mean, I suppose so, but um, really, yeah, I guess you do have a point. But I don't think it makes her an asshole. I think that, it's sort of she's just talking about childbirth or cesarean section. Like, you can't expect people to change their behavior because you've had a trauma. Like, I'm sensitive to people that have had a trauma. Like, it's nice to accommodate them. But if you're just living your life and their trauma is triggered, they can't expect you to change what you're doing because their trauma has been triggered. Don't get me wrong, I have all sympathy for it, but when you have a trauma, you can't say, hey, because I've got this trauma that's happened to me, I want you to do something differently. That's not fair. That's just not fair. You know, it's like if say someone's been jumped in a dark street at night, kind of thing, um, and they've got a trauma. I'm sensitive to, hey, you've got that trauma, but you can't expect other people not to walk in the dark because of your trauma. That's where your rights end. Um, I don't think that you can do that. I think that you have to deal with your own trauma and learn not to be triggered, essentially. Um, at the same time, I have all sympathy for that person, and I would try and accommodate them, but it's the expectation that people accommodate things that have happened to you that just it isn't right. I don't think that's right. Happy birthday. I just want to know what a traditional, like, what tradition is this and when was it established? I'm going to have to see documentation on this one. I'm 100% going to have to see documentation on this birthday tradition that we're not supposed to violate. Everyone is awful. Why do I feel like Titan Uranus has put off my poll again? I'm never going to trust another poll, at least not when Titan's around. If my trauma gets triggered, it normally ends in violent outbursts and people get hurt. Well, you shouldn't. Well, I think just personally, just my opinion, you should probably do something about that because that's yeah, that's not a matter of read the room. I think OP paled on that part. No, look, my wife's got a dark sense of humor. She says some stuff sometimes that's just outlandish and stuff, but you know, that's just her sense of humor. Don't expect her to change her sense of humor because you're not happy with her sense of humor. That's not what we're doing here. We don't expect others to change how they are. If you don't want to hang around them, that's fine. But you're the person's mother-in-law. I mean, if I was the poster, I'd be just like, that's my sense of humor. You either deal with it or you don't. You can be mad at me if you want, but that's my sense of humor. It's okay. You can have a dark sense of humor. That's fine. For someone to say, "Hey, you have to change your humor because I'm traumatized," um, I don't know. I mean, it's not like she's sort of doing hate speech or anything like that. She's just saying a birthday and everything. So I completely disagree with you people. I don't think everyone's to blame. I don't think the poster's doing anything wrong. They've just got a really, darkly humorous way of saying happy birthday. I do see a shrink time man public. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That's good, Beamsy. Keep doing it. You're on your way. Keep going, mate. It's yeah. I mean, there's no harm in seeing a psych or seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist. Doing group therapy. I've done that. I've done group. It's very good to resolve those issues. And let's not be coy. Everybody has some issues somewhere that they can work on. You may not need to see a psychiatrist or psychologist about that. Sometimes you do. When both of my parents died in the space of a couple of months, I needed to see somebody. 100%. Like, there was no doubt about that I needed to see somebody. Like, I was a mess. Um, uh, um, They're called shrinks because they really shrink your wallet. Yeah, no, they can be expensive. I think that depending on what you're doing, kind of thing, they can be and sometimes not be. I was laughing at Mark. No, I know, Titan. You were laughing at me not trusting polls when you're around. I mean, should I? Am I mistaken? Is this what's going on? You've already said that you're not trustworthy, sir. You've already said that you're not trustworthy. I don't see why I would be trusting you, but I'm open. I'm open to being proved wrong. I definitely am. Uh, yeah. Well, I think that will do it. I'm coming up on an hour 45, and um, that was a lot of fun. I feel good about that. Thank you so much for joining me. It was good, and I'm always happy to talk about Mr. Hovend, Mr. Hovend, um, getting his channel shut down. Actually, Brent Keane sent me something sort of saying, what was he saying? He was saying, "Oh, what if I?" He deleted it afterwards. I don't know what happened to him, but he basically sent a post to me saying, "Oh, what if I choose doctor as my pronoun?" kind of thing. And I want to address this. Like, what if I choose doctor as my pronoun or my name kind of thing? Why can't I? Because that's the quite frankly crap argument the bigots always make, kind of thing. Oh, well, I'm going to choose master or something as my pronoun, or I'm going to choose doctor as my pronoun. And this is in relation, of course, he's referring to Kent Hovind calling himself doctor. There's a lot of people I know that choose doctor as part of their name, kind of thing. You have Dr. Disrespect on Twitch, who streams a lot. You have our good friend and lovable bearded man, Dr. Tapioca Weasel, who has chosen doctor as his real name. So there's a big difference between choosing a name and falsifying credentials. So if you're just choosing a username as Dr. Tapioca Weasel, who's amazing, by the by, or you're choosing the name Dr. Disrespect as your streaming name or something like that, right? It's quite obvious that you're not trying to say, "Hey, I am a doctor." It's a lot different than what Kent Hovind is doing, who is saying, "I am a doctor. I'm putting on a lab coat. I'm claiming a doctor's credentials, and I am using that to further my points." And he is claiming to be a actual doctor. Um, yeah, so there's a big difference there between choosing, uh, Dr. Tapioca Weezer as your username, who is awesome, and actually saying, "Well, I'm Dr. Reid, and I have a science. I am a scientist involved in yada yada yada." That those two things are not even equivalent. That we're not having a problem with you choosing a name or a pronoun. We're having a problem with you falsifying credentials. Doc is actually a dog. Oh, well, I did not know that. What's he a doctor of? What's he a doctor of? Um, I really want to know. I really want to know. But even if he wasn't, right? Even if it was Doctor Disrespect, or you were calling yourself Doctor Atheist, kind of thing. As long as you are clear, you're not a real doctor, and you're not trying to say, "Hey, I'm an actual doctor." I get it. It's something that people do as sort of a username. They put doctor in front. But the problem is, oh, physics. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I apologize, Dr. Tapioca Weasel, who is awesome. Well, that's not the point. It's a big difference for me to say, "Hey, I am Dr. Reid. I am a doctor in taught science and put on a lab coat and try and pretend you're a doctor." That is impersonating credentials that you do not have, not just choosing a username. So there's a massive difference between those two, and sort of conflating the two, I think, is sort of a bit disingenuous. Beamsy says, I have a PhD in stratigraphy, but I hate being called doctor. Well, Dr. Beam, Dr. Beamsy, you're going to get it constantly now. You don't say that kind of thing. You don't say, I hate being called X in my chat. That is all you'll be known as for the rest of your life, sir. I'm not a doctor. I only play one in the bedroom. Okay, well, that's more information we needed, John. But yeah, this has been great. So thank you so much for coming along. I had a blast. If you want to use it, then Dr. Chemist Taint, Dr. Chemical Taint, Dr. Chemistant, Chemistant, Dr. Chemias Tainty, Dr. Chemias Tainty. Beautiful. I am a theoretical physicist. Theoretically, I like that. I like that. And I love you people. You people are awesome. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you to everybody. I've loved doing this stream, and we got through a few little situations, which I think is great. Yeah, Beamsy much easier. I will 100% admit Beamsy much easier. But I'm gonna love you and leave you. Be kind to yourself and to each other always, and do take care of yourselves. And I'm gonna go work on my esoteric hair.